Welcome to the Battleground of the Gods.
Welcome, challengers, to
Deb and Bryce aren't
Battleground of the Gods.
Oh, record breaking! Let's go!
Bro, I've been preparing for that. That's why I asked Nev to host.
You son of a bitch. You host. You host now. You do it. It's
Nope,
your turn.
Go ahead.
Do I have to restart? I mean...
Nope, keep going.
Sure.
Keep going. Keep going.
We're going. This is where we're going from.
Okay, Battleground of the Gods is my podcast. I am your hostess with the mostest, Nevea03, and joining me this week we have Fro Double G,
Hey, ladies. What's up?
Willow 1771,
What's going on, bots?
and we have a very special guest joining us today, Cojafox.
I'm here for moral support.
Oh, thank
Yes!
you. I appreciate
That's what we
it.
need. Nev is already breaking down.
I wasn't ready. I
don't think
All right,
anybody was
so-
ready for that.
Bro was literally plotting the entire
Yeah,
time.
as soon as you said
Dude,
welcome,
body.
he's like,
I've
they're not
been ready
here!
for that.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, shit.
So we always like to welcome our guests in a very mature fashion and give them some time to introduce themselves. Who's this?
Who dis?
My name is Connor Fox, known as Cojafox. I'm the coach right now for Nemesis GG, currently number 1 in SCL for PS4.
Let's
and
go.
I do general community things. I participate in sale a bit, and I stream like once a month.
Hey, same.
The random once a
The
month
thing you're
stream.
most known for is your controversial tweets.
Yeah,
yeah.
I like to play devil's advocate. It makes life fun.
It always does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You're out here just like causing chaos. You're just like buff Loki, and people are like, "No, what the fuck's this guy saying?"
nah, okay.
And then you're like,
I think the best one that I did was the Yorm jumping one. I thought that would be great.
"Okay, what
Oh,
one was
like
that?
he
You gotta
actually left
remind
the
me."
ground?
It was a couple days. Like anytime he jumps, the map shakes. Like in the emotes when like the sky will light up, like a Nimbus.
Yeah.
The entire map just shakes.
All right. I know I didn't give you time to prepare. Hit us with a hot controversial tweet live on air.
I think that Morgan should be buffed. I think that Morgan just needs like a 70-second ult cooldown just so that she can.
Base, rank 5.
Holy shit,
Or
dude!
rank one. Sorry.
Rank 1? No!
Morgan just isn't like fun enough, and I think
She got played today!
I think that it'd be more fun if she could change into somebody every 70 seconds, scaling down to 20.
See, I wish I could retweet these and people like not think I'm like being serious, cause like I love them. They're like, Jesus Christ, listen to this guy. He's such a
Hashtag
fucking
retweet
idiot.
this.
Like
please.
I know you're not being serious, but I know if I retweet it, someone's gonna be like, this is our Olympian. He
Our
agrees with
Olympian's
this
a fucking
dumbass.
troll.
Oh Jesus Christ! Hashtag not my Olympian. So it's like, I'll just hit a like button. Here we go.
Yeah,
All right.
I love to do that kind of stuff.
So I have to bring it to attention because I have played with you more than a few times, and you are an amazingly talented player. I will give you that. Your Bakasura out of the solo lane destroys kids. They just don't know how to play against it. But anyway, there is one gripe that I have about you whenever we play casuals, and you know what I'm going to say, and I hope you were prepared for this, but why the fuck don't you ward?
Okay. So my thing is my philosophy is that if you don't ward in casuals, I haven't warded since season 3. Since mid-season 3, I have not placed a single ward in casuals. And my philosophy is that if I don't ward, I can use that as predicting pathings, and because it makes you do it subconsciously without thinking about it, and eventually it just works its way into ranked. And when you have those wards, especially for comp, you just feel a lot more comfortable making those decisions and predicting where people are. Okay, now that I'm done with the bullshit reason, I don't like to spend the gold. That's a lot of gold.
I knew it was that. There was one time we were playing and you actually tried to like sway me with that bullshit answer, and I was like, dude, you just want to get fed and have all the gold. I know how it is. You just want to get huge.
Because if I spend the gold, that means that you guys can't get the joy of spending the gold. And I don't want to do that to
yeah.
you.
Yeah, it's the joy that I get from spending my own fucking gold on wards.
I mean, yeah.
He's inserting himself on the bottom of how many wards play so someone else can be on top.
I'm just trying to help people win at something.
He's going for golf score. Let's be real.
Really. He said he was here for moral support. I don't know what else we're expecting, people.
He's trying to buff other people's stats. Oh, dude, you placed more wards than me. Good job. I only had 1 ward placed. You still beat me?
A lot of people like you within the community. That's a big deal.
You're not wrong. 1 ward is surprising in some casual matches.
Yeah.
I think the only 2 things we ever get into non-Olympian related, I'll put that in there when we're gaming, is the A, buy some fucking wards, please.
Please.
And B, that Arena's not the best game mode, Assault is.
Arena's the best game mode.
Oh, okay.
No, okay. Because Arena, you get to turn your head off, and when I queue Assault, I'm still like thinking a lot because you're trying not to die, and I like the idea of perfect play. Perfect play being that you're part of every kill, every assist. You're part of every kill. You have a part of every kill and assist, and then you don't have a single death. And Arena like promotes that. And
that sounds like that fucking feeder 00 and 32 Ganesh we were talking about last week that didn't fucking do anything.
Because
inside joke.
In Arena, you can have perfect play. You have to play really mechanically solid, and it's possible because of how small the map is. But for Assault, it is very, very difficult for perfect play. And it's not even due to human fault. It's just the way the mode's designed. It's not designed for perfect play. And I don't like that for the mode.
Shut the fuck up. You always say it's because it's random. You're always just like, no, I want to spam this one god. That's it. I want to spam him.
I will own that, is that I'm always in the mood to play somebody. I'm not somebody who has difficulty picking a god. I always have a god I want to play.
And
Every
I'm the
time I
exact
play with you, you
opposite.
play at least 1 Bakasura game.
Yeah, no,
And
because
almost every time you play a Susanoo game.
Although you say that, and I'm thinking about dedicating some time into a couple gods. Like, I think I want to like invest in them. Like,
yeah, because people forget now to this day. I have 12 stars on AMC on PS4.
Hell yeah.
I put so much time into that god and got so good at that god that honestly, I learned so much Smite game just because I didn't have to worry about my AMC mechanics. And over time, I slowly expanded and I started picking up other ADCs and other supports. And people don't know that. I wasn't actually a support main when I was playing support. I was an ADC main for Season 3 and Season 4. But now, honestly, just that kind of diversity, starting somewhere and then branching out slowly is, I feel, the best way to be able to improve yourself in Smite. Because you need to be comfortable and then work out of your comfort zone instead of just bouncing around.
Makes sense.
I'm a god whore.
You are a god whore. That's why you like Afro.
Well, I mean,
I think everybody
I
likes
like
an
Afro
afro
'cause
when they're
she's fun,
attached.
but yeah.
Nah, everybody likes an afro when they're attached. Especially when they're a cougar, not a Smite dad.
oh, shut up, dude. Smite dads.
Here we go.
Smite dads. Not
That
them
was a Smite
cougars.
dad joke.
Fucking Smite
Like-
cougars, and the oldest one's like 31. Like, get the fuck out of here.
No, it's not even. It's a joke. Because,
I
no,
know.
because the thing is that I'm wholeheartedly in belief that the slightly older women are just better. It's just a fact.
We went over this when Smitten was on the episode. My answer is because they actually have snacks in juice boxes.
This
It's tough competition. I'm
this
just saying.
conversation actually occurred. Why do men like older women? Because they have snacks.
No,
And juice boxes.
okay. I think he's right. We both agree on this. His reason's just dumb. So that's fine.
But don't you
Bruh.
like a snack after sex? Fuck.
Not even that. Okay, all right. You're dating some like 20-year-old chick, right? And first off, it's like you coming over to my parents' house or your parents. All right, not as cool. Secondly, like let's say she does have a place on her own, right? And I'm not ripping on 20-year-olds, and there's probably some successful.
But
ones
there's
out there
no
that's going
food in
on
the fucking
average.
house. I promise
You
you.
show up and it's like, we got a gallon of water, a box of Pop-Tarts, and like some Skittles, but that's all I got. Oh, like 4 things of canned green beans.
I got a box of Lucky Charms.
Yeah, some Lucky Charm. No milk. And if
That's
it is
key
there,
to
it might
that.
be
There's
expired.
definitely no milk. And it's
So and then you go to the older ladies, right? And she's like, "Oh, I just got done making a chicken fettuccine. There's a little bit of leftovers. It's still fresh on the stove. If you
Okay,
want some,
wait.
if not, we got some lasagna I made the other day sitting in the fridge. Feel free. I actually have a few extra beers in there. They've been there for like a month or so. You can go ahead and grab one if you want. Like, which one sounds like a better Friday fucking night to you, huh?
I actually made chicken fettuccine alfredo last night for dinner.
Where's mine?
I know. I'm actually just cougar territory right now.
Oh Jesus. Jesus.
Except I'm young and a guy, so it kind of falls apart.
Except
at
for
the
most
start.
of the girls who have cougar on their tag are fucking under 20 or under 30 years old.
They're all under 30 basically. Cause
Exactly. That's my point.
Kayla's 28, Allie's
Oh, here we go. Let's
Allie's
give
2078,
let's give
27.
people's ages LA on the episode. Jesus.
No, I feel like it's pretty public information. They literally talked about it on the thread. Ugh.
Oh god.
All right.
It's-
So remind me. Episode title: Cojafox brings up women's ages.
I thought it was Cojafox joins the Battleground like everything else, but
Nope. You fucked that one
know,
up.
normally it is, but we might have to break the trend just for this.
Nev, as a female, how do you feel about him telling other female ages on the podcast?
I feel like we should talk about our games this week. Koja, how were your games this week?
Exactly.
flawless transition.
Thank you. I learned from the best.
So not Depp.
Most of my time actually nowadays goes into coaching, so I don't play as much, but I have played a bit this week. So Rank Conquest, everybody knows that it reset this week for the new split, and we have crossplay. Yay!
And currently, the top ranked player is the PS4 player, so suck on that one.
But the games I've noticed are fun because you see people like one of my games. I had a couple of the higher tier pro players, BM Bobby and Wicked, and that was cool. Seeing people in there that I recognize from a different console and seeing them against people that are from our console. That's always cool to see that kind of clash. But the games aren't balanced at all.
Yeah.
Not yet.
MMR.
Not yet. Give it time.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, I put out a tweet too of my summary on it. But the closest game I had was 10K ahead at like 13 minutes. That was the least snowbally game.
Oh god.
It's just bad. It's not even bad players. It's just like one player and then a duo queue and one good player get on the same team, and it's just over because it's 3v1.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
No, it's not. Well, I won 3 of the games. I lost one, but
Yeah, but
Well,
it's still not fun because you're just snowballing out the wazoo, and you're just
Yeah.
so far ahead that it's just like, all right, surrender, please. We're up 10K, and it's not even 15 minutes. We're gonna
Yeah,
get
and
Fire Giant.
yeah, and people are still in the not surrender mentality. People,
Yeah.
okay, this is a small rant. It's like a short time rant, but a serious rant. People need to learn to give up their TP. When you're sitting down like 15K and to come back, you have to put like another 20, 30 minutes into the game, get out. Put yourself in a more fun environment.
I think that would reduce people's toxicity.
I'm not
it's
gonna
15
lie.
minutes.
Just because I used to play a lot of solo, you said give up your TP. I'm like, why would you give up your teleport? How's that even possible? And then you finish explaining. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Because there are so many people that could just like give up a game of TP and enjoy themselves. Like 90% of the games I surrender, I'll say we could probably win this game, but I just want to get out and get into a more fun game because I don't care enough about it at this point.
And see, that is one of the reasons I do like grouping up with you, because I say that shit all the time. Like, dude, as soon as the fun's gone, I'm gone. Get me the fuck out.
I think that's what people need to realize. Like, first of all, ranked isn't pro. You're not getting paid for it. If you lose, it's not a big deal. It's just an electronic number on a screen. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. You're not getting a job because you got a victory in Smite ranked.
All right, I think we're gonna stop right there and attach the. But if you if you do get higher up there, like we do understand, it's a very well grind, and congratulations for getting up there. That is work. But continue, Will.
The average Smite player, this is what I'm talking. The average Smite player needs to understand that it's not that big a deal to take an L. Who cares? Just go have fun in another game instead of keeping the entire team who wants to get out in a game because you don't want to lose TP. That you're going to eventually lose anyway because you're already down 15k gold at 20 minutes. Just give it up, man. It's okay. You go to the next one, you try harder. And then what happens is it leads to people BMing like a motherfucker.
Console getting the chat is nice for when it's actually used because you also, in case anybody's unaware, there is keyboard support for typing, but not for playing. So you can, like, I have a keyboard set up so that I can type during chat, so I'm not taking a bunch of time, because people on PS4 will sit there and BM and don't know that, and have a controller hooked up and are just trying to pad around and find letters, and it's just...
Oh, they're just standing in the jungle, and you're just like, well, they're typing some stupid message that I don't want to read.
Oh, you...
No, it honestly is like an 80-year-old person trying to form a sentence, and it's just not working. Because then the worst part about it is when you see somebody take like a minute to type it, and it has like a million spelling errors.
Oh, yeah. They like didn't put a space in. So it's more like
Y-U-O.
Like, I'm personally a fan of the chat because I'm somebody that likes to, at the start of every game, just start random banter and just use my time. Like,
oh, you're not invading at level 1 on Herc?
Because I'm not a freak, okay? I'm not a support. I'm actually a support who enjoys the 2v2s. I don't enjoy the invading meta at all.
I hate
it's not.
It too.
It's not fun. It's
I
not fun
miss
for the jungler.
2v2.
It's not fun for the jungler. It's not fun for the support. It's kind of fun for the support. Anyway,
it's fun for the support, but it's not that fun that I want to do it every game.
Yeah, but as far as like, there was a guy in my casual game the other day named Sir Tablespoon. I spent the first minute and a half of my game talking about how I like spoons and just calling him Spork for the rest of the game. That's all I did.
Toxic.
No, because I knew him. I've been around the community. I've coached a bunch of sale teams back in my day, and I actually coached him for a little while.
Toxic. No, just kidding.
Insert toxic again.
He was a spork. He was also feeding on Poseidon, I think, support.
Oh, man.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, I was queuing with... that's actually some of the only games I queued this week was with Phoenix on Skill Shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I carried. You know, that's what I do. I didn't play Baka, though.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Yeah. Baka's boring.
What, sit in lane, steal all the farm, and then come to mid lane at 15 minutes and kill everyone?
Yeah, really, because Baka's so formulaic for how you want to play the early. T2 blade, 2 pots, geo rotation, wait till your second blue, get your second blue, you'll have enough gold for a golden blade and a health chalice. You come back, hit level 5 before them because you did that, and you kill them. That happens in casuals and ranked 80% of the time.
I'm not kidding you, I've literally seen him do this exact same play like 3 times in a row. Like, we queued, I don't know, 10 or 12 games one day, and you, like, 3 games in a row, you pick Baka solo and just dumpster the kid at level 5. I was like...
It's literally just how you play it, because you hit level 5 before them by doing that. You back on the blue, TP back in, and it's just, they die. It doesn't matter. I've done it to Sobek, it's really... in higher level ranked in comp, you can't do that. But you can do that exact same strat without the kill.
Yeah, you just you farm better than them, and that gives you an opportunity to steal their jungle and rotate to mid.
Yeah, because on the third wave, you just eat the creep, and you just get so much wave clear, because that's so much health down, that you don't have to actually clear in the wave.
And once you have Golden Blade, you poke a little better than them, because as you're clearing minions, you're also poking them.
Fucking Baka solo and Bryce isn't here.
Right?
I actually, you know who I've been preferring lately instead of Baka? Fenrir. Because let me tell you, nobody has any idea how to play against Fenrir.
Let me give you a secret. If you're playing solo, nobody knows how to play against anything for the most part, unless they are a really good solo player.
No, like I'm telling you, like I've smurfed a bit like these past couple weeks. Don't crucify.
Leveling your alternate account.
No, I've been smurfing in ranked. I like a separate account I have. And,
all right, yeah.
and
Oh, so
playing-
you're legit smurfing. Okay.
yeah. And then I've been playing on my account too. And Fenrir solo, like I've taken comp solo laners out back with, because like there are matchups that are bad, like Bologna. They're like Bologna versus Fenrir. Bologna has really good matchups in almost everybody. And you just get to grab her and drag her back to your tower, and then when she ults away, you just jump on her and 3 and kill her. Because honestly, Fenrir you max the 3, you don't even worry about clearing wave, you just kill people.
I was just say you just fight the entire game.
Yeah, I can't tell you how few times I've actually cleared wave without the minions doing it. Like I've played Fenrir solo maybe like 30 games. I've touched wave maybe like 10 times outside of 3 minutes into the game. You just let them clear, sit at their tower, and when they push up to clear, just kill them.
You are really toxic when it comes to solo lane play, aren't you?
No, because okay, this brings
Dude,
up
early
another
kills
thing.
in solo feels like the fucking best. It's one of dude, I love it.
This brings up another controversial topic. Not controversial, like
Like
not
shitty
political.
Morgan
Not
thoughts?
no, I was gonna say political, but
Oh, okay.
holding wave. I don't hold wave to deny farm. I hold wave so somebody comes up a little bit and fights me, because people are cowards, and I will not stand for it.
Oh,
Isn't that like the same?
yeah.
No, it's not, because
Like I know you got different mindsets here, but
I want them to come up and get the farm. I just want to kill them while they do it.
I mean that's part
Go
of
get your
freezing the
farm so I
wave,
can
like,
kill you,
If they
motherfucker.
come up, you kill them. Now you say that okay, it reminds me of assault games, right? Where people want to fucking not come out from tower, and it's like literally you want them to not come out, just stop killing the fucking minions. Like I've said it on this show before, it literally 2 waves, people get bored and they'll come out. Just period. Any fucking game mode, if they sit under tower, 2 waves, they'll get bored, they'll come out. That 3rd wave, they'll be ready to fight you when they shouldn't.
Not in arena. You can always dive in arena. You can dive fountains.
Okay. All right.
All right, I didn't realize
This motherfucker.
BMT was on the podcast. Jeez, oh man. Koja, do you know who BMT is? If you don't,
Big
you
Man
need to
Tings.
go watch. No.
No.
Brutal
No,
Magalini
See,
time.
I always get the 2 confused. But yes.
Oh,
The
you
YouTubers.
Bruno Magalini time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of. They're actually, shout out, my favorite YouTube creators right now.
Yes, they are so fucking good.
I actually just have so much fun watching them run around with Herc and Kabrakan and Ymir. Just.
I
Especially
love when they
Horus-
teleport into people's
Yeah.
fucking fountains. It's so good.
When Horus launched, that's actually how I figured out about the dodgy interaction.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I did not realize that was how that worked, but
It shouldn't
Sure.
be, but it still is.
Well, all right. So it's because the totem counts as a deployable, and she fires from her, but you get chained to the deployable. Yeah.
I think that she should be because she's already considered untargetable up there. So I think that she should be considered untargetable by Horus ult. That's the issue, is that she's considered still targetable by Horus ult there, but her totem isn't. So I think that if they do that, they have to either change if her totem's
As soon as she at fire, she is untargetable by anything.
well, I
Not-
think it's fine if they do it either way. If they make it her fully untargetable or the totem targetable and moves with her. I just think that the amount of distance you can cover with the totem and Horus ult, very, very unreliable and cheesy and not practical. But when it
And that's why
happens-
Well, I mean,
that's why BMT
They
does
fixed it like forever ago, though.
They
Did they?
did fix it?
Yeah.
I did.
That
Like,
was
I-
fixed like right
I
after the
missed
video.
that one.
okay, I thought I did like 2 patches ago.
Well,
Well, 2
Shit,
batches
ours has been
ago
out
was
for
about
quite a few
4 or
patches.
8 weeks ago.
But yeah,
but yeah, they definitely fixed that on the following patch.
I missed that change. It needed
Well,
fix though. It was stupid.
no, it's a good thing we have an Olympian here, man. He knows what's going on.
Well, that's how I know. Yeah, definitely, because it was being talked about for sure. Whose games are we on?
We were still on Koja's, but
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of my games for those couple rank games, couple casual games earlier in the week on Skill Shot with Phoenix. And then other than that, I really don't play that much during the week. Most of the time, we're scrimming 5-6 days a week, and I get home from work around 6 o'clock, and then we scrim 7 or 7:38. That doesn't really leave much time to. I maybe play a game once a day, but most of my time comes from the weekend, and that's when That's when you'll see me on 7 or 8 hours a day. But right now, my time's split between that and Borderlands. This isn't a Borderlands podcast, so that's split.
Oh boy, don't get Willow started.
Koja, you have no idea how much I want to just like talk about that game.
Yeah, I got turned into a mule.
I have promised that I won't have any conversation about Borderlands 3 on this podcast.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
The best part is, I guarantee everyone would be surprised when they figure out that I've played a shit ton of Borderlands in my time.
And yet you won't buy Borderlands 3.
Mainly 2.
Okay.
No, I'm not really interested in playing 3.
All I have to ask is why?
Did you play pre-sequel? Yeah. That's why I just want to play 3.
Oh, it is not even like pre-sequel definitely had its flaws.
Pre-sequel's that bad. Now, granted, I didn't play all the way through. I played that more with a buddy.
I played a crap ton of pre-sequel. I will admit that it has a lot of flaws, but I still think the story is relatively well done, and the content isn't as terrible as people say. I think it has a very biased opinion because it's being portrayed against Borderlands 2, which is extremely well done. Don't get me wrong, I will admit its flaws. And that's all I'm going to say about Borderlands. Borderlands 3 is OP.
Yeah, I actually beat every single Borderlands 2 DLC and have like every class a level 70 guy I made at one time. And I think I still got like 2 of them that I took to OP, like 6. Never got to 8 on either because I got bored. But yeah.
Okay.
Surprise.
Speaking of spam, 2 things. 1, I've been spamming Kali. Don't hate me. I've had that god rank 7 since season 3, and I never touched her. So over the Triple Worshiper weekend, I like only played her. And then Ra. Everybody needs to be playing Ra. That god's so much fun. I've been playing him in Duel. And I got to number 1 Ra, and I actually got into GM only playing Ra.
Oh my god. Somehow I'm not surprised by that you picked one god and were like, I'm just going to get to GM on this god.
Because the thing is that it's just... Because I used to get to Duel playing AMC, Scotty, those kind of gods when they were busted. But now it's not the same. Like, you realize, oh wow, just so much of Duel comes down to knowing the game mode. There's a lot of mechanical skill in the mode, but if you know the game mode, and the other person doesn't, you can win the game like 90% of the time, unless you're in a really, really bad matchup.
If you outfarm them and like play the map smarter than them, you can easily win. Even if you're behind early, you can just farm and still win.
But I've been better at Duel. I will say that. Right now, I'm not at my peak. My peak was my Guardian Duel days.
Oh Jesus,
Bruh,
Sobek.
I
had number 1 Sobek, and I 65-minute match beat a soul. That was the most annoying game I've probably ever played.
Did the person give up after that long? Jeez, oh man.
No, it was a full... I had to dive him. He had double defense. He had a wing blade. It was the worst. He had sprint and sanctuary. It was not fun. Not fun at all.
That doesn't sound fun. All right, do you have anything else?
No, I think that's it for my week, actually.
All right, I'm going to do my week really fast. I didn't play Smite, Borderlands 3 OP, done.
I feel that.
Fro, how was your week?
So, I've played a decent amount, not a hell of a lot. Been busy. I've worked a bunch of overtime. Like, this Saturday will be like another Saturday I'm working. I've worked 4 of the last 5 Saturdays. And I do my Wednesday babysitting thing and take my girl to dance. So, a lot of my free time is taken up right now. But I did play some. Even though crossplay is enabled, for whatever reason, only PS4 people are hitting me up. PC, Xbox, what's up with that? Oh, that one Switch player. Yeah.
I think
what's
we
up,
have
Rick?
one.
I remember you. I remember. What's up? Yeah.
You didn't
Been
rank
playing
yet,
a
or-
little bit of everything. No, I don't do much ranked, honestly.
Yeah, I know you don't usually, but you had like one split a little bit ago.
That's when the duo queue came up, and that's
Okay.
because everybody was duo queuing,
Oh,
and
see.
so nobody was looking to group up. But I'm definitely the guy. Give me a 5-man. Like, I'm here to hang out and have a good time. Like, I would play more ranked, but honestly, it's not as fun with me just with one other guy.
Yeah, that's definitely fair. Because a lot of Smite is like a lot of the time, not pro, ranked isn't worth it for most people. They play it for the
100%
competition.
agree.
But as far as actually worth it, not really. It depends on what worth you put on your TP, I guess. And very few people
If I
can
was
actually...
looking for something more competitive, I could definitely see it. But
I
I'm
wouldn't
looking to
even
have
say ranked is
fun.
competitive. I've had more
It's
competitive games in casuals with at least a 3-man than I have in ranked, because you just get people that, first of all, don't know how to play the game mode, or don't know how to play a meta god and they picked it anyway, or like one team has a high ranked player compared to your team. Like, it's just the balancing. It's not fun.
Ranked is a poor, I guess, thing to call it. It's like a advanced casuals, because you
Yeah.
start off the game, and if teams aren't balanced off the start, that causes an issue. You brought up
Immediately.
people picking gods that they're not comfortable with because they're good. That's not something you see in comp. A lot of comp players have like a pool of like 3 or 4 gods that they'll play and that they want to play and move it throughout a meta. But besides
Yep.
that, you're not seeing Barracuda on like 12 gods.
Nope.
There's no reason. I think Hurrywin is one of the people that plays it the most. Has like 13 or 14 gods over the last split. But
Yeah, he's surprisingly the one who's played probably the most gods in the SPL currently, because everybody has limited their god pool to about 5 to 7 gods total in the last, what are we on, week 8? So
it's been a thing throughout Smite's history.
Oh, yeah,
It's
forever.
just But as far as like people want to incorporate gods into their god pool, that isn't necessarily there because they're really good. You could just get really good at a god. Like, I played AMC a crap ton, and he was really good in Duel. He was not great in Conquest when I started, let me tell you. And I was not. I used to build. Okay, so if you don't know, I used to troll with my relics in ranked. Season 3, it was teleport. Season 4,
Boy, never would have imagined.
never would have
Season- no.
imagined.
at all.
Season 3 was
I'm
teleport.
Caught so off guard.
No, season 3 was teleport, and I would queue with Jovan and Enrex, and we would do Bastet, Yanis, AMC. We would double TP behind, because that was when minions gave when cats took off backdoor prots.
Oh
And we could
yeah,
yeah, that was fun. That was a fun way to queue right.
Stupid.
And then sprint. I will still hold sprint to this day as a good relic, as
Oh,
like
it
a
is.
good relic for AMC. No, for AMC.
Oh yeah, I still agree. It's a good relic for AMC.
People will hold me on that, and I subbed in one night for Zach, and I built it, and it was, I'm telling you, it's still good. I think it's less comp. It has to be like you have to be like the top 10% of scenarios that you'll ever build it in comp, but ranked, you can go at like 99% of games.
Yeah, the thing with comp is that usually if you really, really need a sprint on a team, then your support or solo lane is going to pick it up. And you're playing around that.
You're not even using the sprint for your team, because screw your team. You're playing it to you only have it because AMC, most of the time when you get in a position where you're going to die, beads or ages will not save you.
Yeah.
Sprint is to help you make sure that you're keeping good positioning and using your fatalis to keep good positioning.
You're not
Because then
wrong,
you're-
but that doesn't work in comp because they still just
Because
they still
comp-
just chase you down.
The main thing with comp is coordination. People can look at that like, look at that stupid bee. Let's go kill him. He doesn't have an aegis or he doesn't have beads. Like, just go kill him. Because in comp,
Exactly.
there's always
so you
there's
get
always,
CC chained to death.
Yeah. Like in ranked, the rule that I had is if they didn't have a displacement ability like Hunbat Salt, or Wheelik Salt, Sobek Pluck, or something like that, I just wouldn't go beads and I would go sprint aegis. If they had one of those, I'd probably go beads sprint, and if they had a big alt like
Kraken.
Kraken or something, I would go Beads Aegis. But it's really like that, and that's the way I played it, and I wouldn't recommend doing that because it's dumb, but it's fun.
It works for a good player who knows how to play in those scenarios and avoid some of those key things that would get you killed without beads or Aegis.
Yeah, I guess I kind of strayed like super far off the topic I was at.
Oh, you're fine. This is what we do. If we don't ramble about something for 15 minutes, it's not a podcast.
Yeah. But as far as like people just need to understand in ranked that the goal shouldn't be to be at the top. The goal should be to move up from where you're at. And
100% agree.
Some people are in bronze and they're grinding the GM. That's not, you want to grind to the point where your skill level's at GM.
And you're comfortable in the matches that you're getting.
Yeah. And because it's difficult for ranked, because ranked also promotes a bad thing as far as, because casuals does this better than ranked, I'll give it that, is just zoning in on a particular role. Because ranked, you're going to have to know how to play. I'm one of the people that plays like a bunch of roles, and I'll play like anything in ranked really. But when someone goes into ranked, they usually only know how to play like 2 or 3. Even though most people will get support sometime, most people don't know how to actually play support.
And then they stand in lane for the next 45 minutes, and you're like, "Hello?
Yeah,
what are you doing?"
That's the problem with queuing ranked, is that you want to get better, but if you're not getting better at one role and then working that knowledge out to other roles, it's kind of hard. So queuing casuals at the start for longer than level 30. I think level 30, personally, controversial thought maybe, I think level 30 is way too low for people to be allowed in ranked.
I agree. I think it would do 2 things. One, it would reduce the amount of smurfs that you would get in ranked because people don't want to grind that far on a smurf just to play ranked. And number 2, it would promote you to play more Smite, which is the only way you get better at Smite.
I personally think like level 60 would be because that also may be a bit too long. There'd obviously have to be some testing with it, but as far as making sure that you're having better games, because then it also decreases the actual skill floor and skill ceiling between players, because you're bringing up that bottom of people that really shouldn't be in ranked games and end up in ranked games because of the system that's in place, and brings it up and makes sure that you can have some tighter games.
You've got my vote. Famous or Fro, make it happen. Let's go. Come on. Chop chop. You're the Olympian.
I guess it's like a time to talk about it. I probably will try for the spot opposing Fro. Not because he's casuals, anything besides Conquest. I probably will try for Conquest next split as Olympian.
I don't think Fro can get it again. If I remember correctly, you can only hold it for 1 year.
Really? It's a one-term thing?
I don't remember them saying that.
Yeah, I don't remember them saying that.
I might be wrong. I could be wrong. I just feel like I remember them saying it was only for 1 year.
Because there was my problem with it is that I understand why you can't be on a comp team and be an Olympian. That would be a huge conflict of interest and just can't work.
And they already talked to the comp players anyway.
Yeah, and so I had to make a decision at the start of the year. Am I going to go for comp or am I going to go for Olympian? And it was close. But then I decided comp, and it turned out for the better because got to go to LAN. But Olympian's still something cool that I think, especially after this year, I'd be interested in doing. Because Matt's retiring, and I'm interested to see who else retires from all the other teams.
I think some of the changes that are coming to the SCL is going to lead to some interesting leaving of the SCL.
Well, you have to think. A lot of these people are old. But a lot of these people have been playing for a long time.
Yeah.
And this is a make it or break it point. And
some of that, I agree.
And I think the best way is if they do the 6-team league. That's really what we're looking for. I think that's the only way to move forward with SCL. If they don't do that, that really hurts progress. With crossplay now being a thing, I think 6 teams of crossplay teams, PS4 and Xbox, can be on the same team.
Yeah.
It's just how it should be.
Don't forget those Switch players.
I'll pick up a Switch player for diversity.
No, we can get back. We can discuss some of the changes here in a little bit. Let's finish up our games. Fro, did you have anything else?
I mean, I kind of forgot where I even was. I played with a lot of people.
Anybody you want to shout out?
If you don't shout out Danny Boy, he might punch you in the throat.
Let's see. Played with Jotaro, the Mute.
The Mute.
He has trouble.
How
speaking. He has weak gums, which caused a lot of his teeth to fall out. So he has trouble communicating or actually like making words. So he doesn't speak a lot.
Yeah, we call him the Mute.
Played some with Depp. Played some with who's the Xbox guy I was with? Coffin. Played some with no one. But I played with a lot of people except for Danny, basically.
Speaking of Danny trolled me last week in the Assault tournament.
Okay.
I got trolled. That's all I want to say. It's traumatic memories.
Can you elaborate?
There was the Assault tournament that Battleground was doing with Sale, and I got asked to sub last week. I think Fro even set that up, like at Cojafox in the Discord. And I thought I was just gonna be a sub or whatever, and maybe I'd play. But I ended up being on the roster for the game day. And I got Odin game 1, Kumba game 2, so I didn't really have like carry gods for Assault. And then I think the first game it was like a 3k damage Evo. It was not what I was looking for.
Danny Boy.
And then second game, I'm pretty sure he was the Alquang the second game, and he was like 1-9 or something with no executes. Because, okay, halfway through the game, he's like, I was saving my execute because I was full stacks already on my ult. And we're like, it's not the power passive anymore, right? He's like, wait, what? You haven't executed by all game. How would you have gotten your stacks? I don't know.
Nani? Danny Boy, you're killing me. You're better than this.
To be fair, I can't remember his passive right offhand. I know it's not that you have to ult anymore.
It's health regen.
Yeah.
It's health regen. It's healing and damage. Percentage.
Yeah.
It's nice. I think that his new passive is better for a tanky Alquang. His old passive was better for a damage Alquang. Because 45 power and 15% lifesteal was just busted.
Tell that to Johnny
Pretty
on
strong.
Flashpoint.
Pretty strong.
Well, Johnny always plays Alquang.
He just goes off. That kid is...
Dude, that fucking game, they picked
fan-fucking-tastic.
Kali and gave it to their dual lane so he could pick out Kwong. That was so troll.
That's exactly something Flashpoint would do, though. They're just like, dude, go play the Kali. I'm going to carry.
They did it. They did it.
I'm going to fucking carry.
I was listening. They went fucking Kali carry. It was like Kali's second pick in the draft or something like that.
And then they didn't ban
by
the
the way,
Alquang.
everyone, Fro's been listening to a lot more SPL and SCL and SML. But fucking, yeah, and then Johnny, like, 4th or 5th picks Alquang, and they're like, what the fuck? And yeah, Kali went carry. And then, to be fair, I think they had, I don't remember the rest of the team comp, but I'm pretty sure they had 2 really beefy people, and Kali got first blood, if I remember, and then Johnny got fed, so they had a Kali and an Alquang ahead.
Johnny gets fed every game.
I don't know where he gets farm at. Like, he just magically... It just appears for him when he plays Alquang.
Nah, he honestly, like... He goes to back camps, goes to mid for a single wave, and then pops back to back camps, and they're already up. Like, he has, like, magic growing chia seeds for back camp. No, he honestly has chia seeds at his back camp.
Chia! Back camps! No, seriously. Every time you watch him play... Oh, all right, we're done.
I was just saying, Nev, how was your week? She FK. All right, and so her microphone didn't catch that, but we literally just got like 3 sentences in the matter of like 1.1 seconds.
Muted mic.
I heard something about a nose. There's a nose somewhere.
I think a nose is involved.
Somebody
right,
stole her
I'm
nose?
here.
Oh, okay.
I have really, really bad
Probably those damn
early
6-year-olds.
fall...
They steal noses, trust me.
I have really bad early fall allergies, so I'm a little stuffy today. And so you guys were talking. I was
Just
like, I'm gonna
early
go blow
fall,
my
not
nose
late
really
fall?
quick.
Mid-fall? Did they come? What about late summer?
Late
Does it
summer,
count
early
then?
fall. It's
okay,
almost
It's
the
time.
same
It's
fucking
almost
thing.
pumpkin
Almost
spice time. Okay, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, does pumpkin spice end the whole allergies or
Yes, I am allergic to pumpkin spice.
wait, what? That's the most unwhite girl thing I've ever heard you say.
This conversation is over me, and I'm done.
Are you allergic to Uggs?
Yes, I think everybody is deep down on
I
the
think she's
inside.
just too old for Uggs.
That might also be it. All right. Well, I won't take too long on my games. After a very, very fun split, I decided I was gonna do only memes and dreams games. So I did a lot of match of the days this week, including my personal favorite, Cooldowns Runneth Over. I got Kali. I personally am a little terrified of playing Kali. As a mid main, that whole thing kind of terrifies me. But boys, I fragged. I went 11-5.
Let's
I almost
go.
got a penta. It was fucking
Let's go.
awesome. We should have Cooldowns Runneth Over every day of every week of every month of every year. That's all I gotta say about Cooldowns
Replace
Runneth Over.
Siege.
No, fuck cooldowns Runneth Over. All I ever get's fucking like Rama or Arachne. It's like, oh, okay.
What? Wait, whoa. How are you hating on Rama on Cooldowns Runneth Over when you have max gold? Nani?
Loki's ulting me every 5 seconds.
Right.
Chaga's
So
ulting me. Cuckoo Clan's ulting me.
easy
Kumbhakarna
solution to
is
that
sitting on
is
my
just
face
ban
and
Loki
he
out of
hasn't
the
washed his
game.
nuts. Like, there's 100 reasons why I don't like cooldowns Runneth Over when I'm playing Rama.
Speaking of, Fro, you need to pass this down the pipeline. We need to get rid of Siege. Siege is awful. And
Yes.
replace it with a
Okay.
2v2 game mode. We need 2v2 all the time. Willow, you're done
And don't
talking.
call it Joust the Two
I
of
can
Us. I hate
guarantee
that name.
replacing a game mode will probably not happen.
I don't
You're
think
much
it
better
will.
off just asking for one being removed.
Okay, fine. I want C to be removed, and then I want them to add Joust the Two of Us.
No, don't call it that.
Why?
Alright, so, real quick. Speaking of Joust the Two of Us, I actually remember, if you guys remember, when Ajax came on, we brought up the E-couple. I
Yeah.
suggested it to Isaiah, and he went, LOL, I like it. So, that's all I got. I didn't press for an answer. Mainly because I'm like, oh shit, they really were being serious. Still kind of surprised.
If that becomes a game mode of the day, and that regularly rotates in, we can get the E-couples out of the normal queues. I'm all for it.
Yeah,
Do
please.
you remember what it was? Did you listen to that episode?
I had not listened to the Ajax episode.
All right, can you just assume what this 2v2 E-couple game mode is?
Yeah, it's after Susano, because then you get to wait. Can there be a leaderboard where they can assert who's the best E-couple?
Oh my fucking god. This is what Smite needs. Fuck. All right, I'm going to tell them to scrap Smite Car 2 right now. I know they've been working on it for a while, but we're going to scrap Smite Car 2, and I'm going to tell them to get on this fucking E-couple ranking.
No, because honestly, like, would you rate a couple or like? Because okay, think about it like this way.
No, you
for high
have to
school-
rank. You have to rank them couples. It cannot be ranked per person.
Here's what I'm thinking about. Okay, is because if you queue as a couple, like you could queue with somebody else. It's cheating, man. You can always cheat.
Exactly. You can't cheat. If you are already on the leaderboard with an E couple, you can't cheat.
No, you can't cheat. Because what I'm saying is, in high school, there's like the whole homecoming thing, and then there's homecoming queen and homecoming king, and they're not necessarily a couple. And that's like funny to do that, is to break up a couple that should be like there.
Yeah.
I want to do that with an E couple. I just want to make like E girl from one relationship, E guy with another relationship, and just make them the top and see if we can make a new relationship.
This is going to end in like a bad place of dirty
Yeah.
feet pics. Like, I don't want to be there for that.
I think that there's nothing that could ever go wrong, and it would make all the E couples happy. I don't know what else you want.
We are 51 minutes into this episode.
And I
At the
literally only talked about one game.
No, wait. At the beginning of this episode, we were looking at our show notes and we go, this is going to be a really light episode. And we might get an hour 15 out of it. We are 51 minutes in and we're talking about E-couples.
I
It's
mean,
important.
I like to have a bit of a smorgasbord of topics. We've went from me being berated about revealing women's ages that is open and free
And you
information.
not fucking warding.
Okay. Why does this cause so much resentment with you? I don't like to ward. You like to ward. Get over it.
Well, you need to ward your side of the map so when I go over there, I'm not getting fucking run at by 4 people that I didn't know were there.
See, if you didn't ward earlier, you may have had the precognition to know what's going on. You don't got your old buddy Koja's brain going on over there.
Or, you could spend 50 gold and buy a ward.
My only problem is when you're the support in Assault, you're supposed to ward. I don't want them to sneak up behind me in that side lane, alright?
Speaking of bullshit. Support, I don't ward as support in casual either, and that makes people
You don't ward
so
in casual.
Mad. That makes
you don't ward, period,
people,
in casual.
No, I don't get yelled at that much when I don't do it as other roles. When I'm doing it as support, people get livid.
Oh, yeah, because people only think that that's the support's job. The support is apparently supposed to magically be allowed to place 15 wards at one time on the map.
All right, I gotta ask how strong your no ward mantra actually runs deep. When you play solo, do you buy wards so you can teleport?
In casual, no. I don't buy a single ward.
He asked the fucking support to buy a ward so he can teleport.
Willow,
I have been that support. I have been that support.
Okay, that's why. That's why.
No, I will ask everybody, and I'm like, I've literally said before, hey, you're going back to base, get me a ward and place it here so I can teleport at some point.
It's happened. I've been there.
Do you sentry at all?
Nope.
Bro,
that's a ward.
I have not placed a single ward. When I mean not a single ward, I mean I have not even bought a ward accidentally in 3 years in a casual.
You claim to be a BMT fan, and you don't blink teleport on damage guardians ever?
No, I don't. Okay, that's the thing.
Okay, you're a fake fan. I'm calling it out right now. I'm going to message Leaf right after this, by the way. Let him know. Cojafox.
Add on Twitter. Cojafox, fake ass
does
fan.
not teleport blink
I don't
on
think
damage
he has
support.
any idea who I am.
Well, we're about to find out.
And 2, I'm not like a troll, like a typical troll. I don't troll build that often. Like, you guys don't see me troll build. I troll play, but I don't troll build.
I will give you that. You don't usually troll build, but you will troll in a game.
Because I have fun.
Are you saying there's something wrong with my Tank Bakasura I had the other day?
No, I'm a fan of Tank Bakasura, depending.
I wasn't. It was not my choice.
No, because the Tank Bakasura I like to do is with Frostbound and Runeforge.
Thank you. That's what I was going to do, but I died after like an item and a half. I mean, we lost. My bad. Not that.
Baka's one of those gods I don't build normal anymore. I build them with Runeforge and thing, or I build them all crit. All crit's just so much fun. It sucks.
All right, Nev. Let's get back to your game since you've told us one thing.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at the no words. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't realize I had made him so angry.
So yeah, just been doing a lot of match of the days, and then of course Corrupted Arena came back this week, and all the people rejoiced. Nev forgot about where some of the holes were at though the first time she queued, and also did not read patch notes. Did not realize there was a new relic just for this mode.
The push relic.
Oh.
So I'm leaving Fountain. I'm going to the buffs. I almost fall into the hole right behind that first pillar. And so I was like, oh man, that would have been awkward. And I was in a game with Rick, and he was like, oh yeah, there's something cool with that right there. If you just stay right there for a second. And I'm like, okay.
Oh,
so
he pushes you off.
And he
I know where
pushes
it's going.
me off into the fucking hole, and our Sobek, who was a random, he just goes, okay.
Wait.
And VG.
I haven't queued any of it personally. You can use it on allies.
Yeah, it works
you
on
can
allies.
use it on
yes.
allies. I tweeted it this morning because this happened last night. It was the first time I was able to play Corrupted Arena this week. I tweeted it out. It is there. Rick, freaking so-called friend, so-called Bot G Girthworm's Jungle, fucking killed me at the start of Corrupted Arena. So
You
thanks,
guys-
buddy.
You guys aren't going to
Appreciate
hear
it.
this till next week, but anybody who queues it with me this weekend is about to have a very unfun time.
All right, I will not be joining any acts that you put into the Discord.
No, it's only if it's the Corrupted Arena. If it's the Corrupted Arena, I'm seeing how many times I can put a teammate in the hole.
So
Oh,
what's
Jesus.
also funny though is Bryce, one of our co-hosts that is not here, apparently was in Corrupted Arena with Rick, and Rick tried to do that to him and he missed, and so that was apparently also very funny. I was sad that I missed that one.
That and Horus ult. I'm just gonna play Horus with that relic.
And take your teams into the hole?
Yes.
I put the tweet in our Discord if you would like to see the VOD, but there you go. But yeah, seriously, other than
Storm had a really good tweet where he did the same exact thing his ally was backing, and he pushed him in there.
No!
Like 3-4 days ago.
That's
Yeah, his
so
ally was
mean.
backing, and then he just lines it up, shoots him, and then you can hear him start laughing on the VOD.
That's so mean. On her, super fucking fun in that mode because of course his leap does the knockback, and then of course you have the knockback with his
Pillar.
line attack as well.
Impale.
Yeah, so I played some on her. I played some Vulcan, spicy meatballs into holes, so that was fun. Well, if that's not a soundbite, I don't know what would be, but anyway.
Spicy meatballs into holes. Fro, you know what to do this week.
Let's see, who else? I
That's
played
at
Poseidon.
58 minutes-ish.
I played some Poseidon. I didn't get to call Jing or Sobek. Those kept getting locked in real quick, so I'll try again this weekend. But always a good time. I'm glad to see Corrupted Arena is back. It is a hell of a good time.
I ran into a Jingwei who did not want to participate in any of the fun. She went 40% CDR, and just anytime anyone would throw her, she's like, dash. It's like, well, you're lame.
Boring.
Yeah. I say that, but I also played Aphrodite. I went movement speed Aphrodite with max CDR and the blessing, and the bubble, and upgraded
Vegas?
my beads like immediately. No, beads first.
Speaking of adventures, we need Capture the Flag back.
Yes.
Fucking
Thank you.
Thank you. Cap the flag. Favorite adventure.
It was. You literally just walked around as like a noob, threw the flag away, ulted somebody, and then went and beat somebody over the head with a flag. Like, what else do you want in life? Honestly, if that's not your goal in life,
See, I was going Masamune, Regrowth Hercules. And just get the fuck out my way.
yeah, I only played like Loki and Anubis.
Of course
My
you
goal-
played Loki.
Because, okay, sometimes when I queue up, when I get tilted, I don't get tilted like play bad usually. I get tilted where the point I don't want anybody else to have any fun either.
Makes
And-
sense.
No, because honestly, that's just a fun way to queue. Because when you do queue that way, and you see people tilting like you, it brings you joy. And it also
I know, you've been loving this
it's-
entire episode with me raging about you not buying any awards.
it's goal setting, because you need to be able to achieve goals. Goals are important to anything in life, and when you're making somebody that mad, you've
Fuck off with
achieved a
this
goal.
bullshit.
You've checked a box, and I'm sorry about the no ward thing, but let me be honest, it's not changing.
I know it's not.
My mind is locked. Maybe you know what? If you queue with me on the day Season 7 launches, I'll place one ward in the dead center of the map just for you.
Right on the crack in mid lane. Click.
If that bitch ain't a century.
No, it's going to be a regular ward, just a regular 50 gold. It's a symbolic gesture. And then I'm going to have somebody on the enemy team just come and central ward it right away to get rid of it.
Hold. You should buy a chalice for the disrespect. Drop
And
just
then
the
never
one.
place any other wards.
There
No.
you go.
I'm telling you though, like honestly, no wards. It will make your casual games worse, but it makes you better as a player. And I will stand behind that as not being bullshit.
All right. Anybody else have games to talk about? Preferably the ones.
We're an
that
hour
they
in.
put
Let's do the fucking
wards.
hat.
Is somebody upset?
No, actually, since we brought it up, let's have a short chat about some of the changes that are coming to season 7 with console Smite. Like, what are your thoughts on SCL Pro level? What do you want to see change?
Wait, hold
what
up.
do you think is
Did
going
they
to
announce
change?
any of this stuff?
No,
Okay. All right. Cool.
it's opinionated. Like, what do
No,
you
no.
want to see?
No, Fro, they announced all of it. Just come on. Just what do you think about it, Fro? As far as my opinion,
Big things
I
coming.
I know that you guys know a little more than what the
Yeah.
plans are. They've been talking about it
No,
behind
we
the
have
scenes.
we have no idea. Honestly, they just asked opinions. That's it.
have
We
certain
don't know.
ideas. I have certain ideas, but I'm gonna stay away from like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to give any NDA stuff. That's perfectly fine. What are your thoughts? What do you want to
So-
see?
Here's the NDA. They didn't tell us what the fuck they're doing. They just asked different opinions for like, what if that? What if this? What if
Yeah.
that? Like that's it.
But what I'm hoping for season 7, I mentioned it already, but I think it's a baseline that needs to happen. 6 teams crossplay. I think there are so many good teams that could pop up off of it because PS4 and Xbox right now, Nemesis and Big Money are the only teams for PS4, and Xbox is hype unit far and away with
By far.
with Blanche's like second. So there's only like 4 good teams on console right now, and I think that if you added 2 other teams of made up players by the 2 consoles, that you could have 2 competitive teams. And you can make the teams that are in the league right now better, and you could have a fully competitive league for once, maybe. Hopefully.
Yeah, the fact that there are basically 8 teams split across 2 leagues with 3 majority, but 4 that are like the top of the league is really hurting the fact that the bottom of the league is non-existent.
Yeah, and because there's also personalities. Personalities is so much of a thing behind the scenes people don't realize. It can make and mold teams based solely off of that, and getting all those different personalities from Xbox that PS4 people don't really have access to, because they are groups of like 2 or 3 friends on a console, and they're just looking for that couple extra people to fill out the roster that they don't have on that console that they found, but they could find them on Xbox or on PS4. And I think that opens up a lot of options for top tier teams to be made.
This is the format that I have been hoping for console, because I have watched console games, and if you watch Hype Unit, let's say, because they are by far and away the best console team currently, if you watch them play and they are playing anybody in their league, they are almost always just smacking them, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
It's not
And those
entertaining to watch.
Yeah, those games are not fun to watch. Because honestly, it's more fun to watch 2 bottom tiers go at it than 1 top tier and a mid tier go at it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I will say that the PS4 side in NA with both Big Money and you guys Nemesis has been a little bit more entertaining.
Yeah.
Big Money has made some really good step ups and has played really well this split, but you guys are still a great team.
We really struggled with the switch to coils, and we've kind of been working out those kinks, because there was a brief time where we were kind of scrimlocked for a bit, and so we didn't really get to practice with coils when he switched over. And so now we're in a bit better spot. We're figuring stuff out. We can actually work with what we've got. We're feeling really confident with stuff. But as far as map changes or pro changes for season, I think speed buff needs to be changed because speed buff sucks.
Everybody says speed buff sucks, but everybody's invading speed buff.
It's solely because of one reason. Speed buff
it's because
spawns
it spawns
before
everything else. Yep.
What I think should be done to it is buff the speed buff movement speed. There's a couple other changes that they've suggested I'm not going to talk about, but this is a change that I've thought of that I think is interesting. Is putting Assassin's Blessing on speed buff. Like extra damage to camps, and then a little bit of pen, healing from camps. Put that on speed buff and make an actual Assassin's Blessing.
So you're basically taking the jungler speed buff, or the jungler buff from Assassin's Blessing, putting it on the jungler
Speed buff.
buff.
Yeah. And then I think for a cool thing for Assassin's Blessing would be, after a certain amount of time in the jungle, this evolves. Like to promote a jungling role.
So you actually have to spend time in the jungle and less time in lane. Huh. Interesting concept. Are you writing this down, Fro?
No, but I am thinking it this way. They would have to go and encode every portion of the map on what counts as a lane and what counts as a jungle, and there'd be distinct lines.
Well, that's pretty
I'm
simple.
also thinking that if you had the level... Well, you say it's simple, but that's a whole bunch of added shit, and then they gotta test it, and then they gotta act... Like, it's a lot, too. It's a lot. It's not just a simple thing. It's a big task.
It's useful. Sylvanas ult
I'm
gives
not
you a
saying it's
different...
not. I'm just looking at it this way.
Sylvanas ult in the Bob Ross skin gives you a different portion of the face and relevance based on where you are on the map. If you're gonna sit here and tell me that the coding for that is like more relevant, and it's actually like good coding as far as where you are on the map and where it does it. And so I think that they could use that tech, the underlying tech there.
Do you know how that tech actually works? Because
No, I don't.
Something where it actually detects how close you are to a wall?
No, it's like
being close to.
It's a location based. It's a location based thing.
I don't know for sure.
Yeah, because I remember the whole patch was released because I was excited about the tech.
When you say give all the regen and the pen to the speed buff, I'm also thinking that would make the level 1 invade feel even worse when they stole your buff, because now you got bullied.
I'm
just playing devil's advocate.
Let me interject here. I think if you are going to add that stuff to speed buff, it has to go back to being spawned at the same time as everything else.
I'm
because
fine with
that
that.
Would. Well, the reason why is because that would reduce the possibility of having
we could steal your
solo
red and your
support.
blue because you went for our speed.
Because my thinking of it is I'm fine if it's a stealing potential. I just think that it sucks when it spawns before everything else and it isn't even that good or impactful. Like early game, you're getting like 20 movement speed. Like late game, even you're not getting much out of it because most of the time you're not gonna have your stacks, and if you have your stacks, you're getting like 30, like 30, 40 movement speed.
Oh, it's so minimal.
And it's just not worth. But if you have that kind of a buff, granted, the problem with that buff is it falls off super hard in late. It does you like nothing in late. So that's where more of the
all right. So
some of the things that they proposed would be better.
6 months ago, 9 months ago, when everyone was screaming for help from the level 2 jungle invade and dual lane, and how there was nothing you could do against that.
That's again goes back
6 months down the road. Here we are.
Yeah, I think the meta's shifted enough over those 6 months that it could be revisited. Obviously, I don't think reverting. They really hate reverts more than anything. I do know that. So
I don't mind reverts. They've done quite a few lately, and like acknowledging that some are reverts. Like if you look at the Giannis buff, and they're like, "Hey,
but as far as like
8 was too low, 10 was too much. You know, we're gonna do a partial revert. Go here." And
that's a partial revert as far as like an actual revert. I'm talking about like for speed buff.
I know they've done one this year. They fully reverted something. I'm just fucking drawing a blank on.
I mean, there's 100 and something gods. I don't blame you. I can't think of the gods that they reverted.
Yeah, 100%.
No,
they will do
think,
it. Like
I
if
do
they
think
overtune
the level,
or undertune.
I do think the level 2 pressure in duo lane is caused because the speed buff spawns before everything else. So you could get the speed buff, get your back camps, get your blue buff, and head to the left side of the map with a level, and then get some farm in the left side before the duo lane could even hit level 2 because of the way creeps worked in a duo, like a 2v2.
Well, because you have to think about that. Speed buff got nerfed before speed minion came in. So spirit minion. Yeah. So that kind of changes that a bit. So I'd want to see how that would work out. One way I would like to see the buffs going back to spawning at 0. I know it's starting at buffs. Everybody just starts at buffs then, because then the minions aren't even there. But then it makes invade strats more committing, because right now it's like, okay, if you get pressure in lane, you can invade. But now if you invade a buff at level 0, you might not get to a wave or something. I think that could be a thing. And then also one change I want to see that I've been asking for 2 years is Fog of War. And anybody
Like an
not
actual
familiar with the
fog.
anybody that's not familiar with the concept of Fog of War, Smite is one of the most forgiving MOBAs out there. Sound cues are insane. Like if you watch me play Duel, I'll mention it. You can hear camps from so far away, like 100, 150 units away. It's insane. And you can hear people on those camps. And you can see people from crazy far away in Conquest. Fog of War is a mechanic that limits the amount of sight lines that you have in the jungle. It's just a hard block. You can only see this far in the jungle. And when they
Which
said
they
were bringing...
have a minimal version of it. It's just very extended. Like the vision is really strong, and you can still
They have
see
an
visual
environmental fog of war, not a mechanical fog of war.
Yeah, no, they have a mechanic. They have an environmental fog. Fog of War is a specific mechanic.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, but that's when they said when they released the Ajax was releasing all the Tumblr articles last year for teasing the new season, and I was super excited because he said there's gonna be jungle fog, and I was like, Fog of War. I even tweeted out like Fog of War, and I think he responded to my tweet or a tweet similar to mine and said, no, it's not Fog of War, it's just fog, and I was like, because I think that Smite is super forgiving in a lot of aspects, and I think that the game is and should be positioned at a casual aspect. If I haven't placed that already, I think that Smite does so much better as a casual game.
Bruh, no, you rewind that motherfucking statement right now. Me and you got into a 15 to 20 minute long fucking discussion about how I'm like, you gotta remember the casual. And you're like, oh, you can't take in consideration
Okay, because this was
casuals because you gotta balance the game around the pros.
No,
and I'm like, all right, listen
he
here,
doesn't
bud.
sound like that. That's
No, he
weird.
sounds just like that. Nev, what the fuck? You haven't said anything for 20 minutes and you come here to back this motherfucker up. What the fuck? Dude, top 10 anime betrayals right here.
Okay, let me get your guys' opinion on this. This is something I brought up. It's because this is what the argument was over. The argument was over Chronos Rewind. I don't think Chronos should get all of his cooldowns back when he rewinds. I think him getting his health and everything back is enough.
I think he
I
should
agree
get
with
a
that.
partial rewind or
That's what we talked
partial
about. If we thought
cooldown reduction.
We
Like
thought him
something.
getting like even the cooldown reduction, like increased cooldown reduction for the next little like 5 or 10 seconds. That's actually cool.
Or
I
he
didn't
gets
really
like
talk about.
Or he gets like 3 seconds off after a rewind.
Because we don't think that him coming back, like if he, especially in Duel or like something like that, where he's in a 1v1 situation, even in Conquest, he can just 3-1, rewind 3-1 in late game. You just killed a guy.
Murder somebody. Oh, easy.
And
Imagine
that's not
that. You full kit someone, including your ult, and you get a kill.
full
How
kit,
crazy.
a full kit twice with an ult that doesn't do damage.
Yeah.
And it's just there's no play against that, because even if you, let's say you have an
Next,
ult
you're gonna
with
say
CC
Arthur deals too much damage. He's got too
I'm
many
fine with Arthur.
abilities.
I think Arthur's actually
I think
not
Arthur's in a good
balanced,
spot right now.
but I think he's slightly above the point of balance where he's fine. I think he's counterpickable. He's good still. Don't get me wrong. He's at the top of the meta.
Bruh, he's like a Loki and Giannis. He's trash unless you're pro or like really good with the guy.
Yeah, no, Chronos. Okay, Chronos is different than that though, because Chronos is just good at all tiers.
You're not wrong. Kronos is good. I was slapping with some Kronos the other day.
Because people don't know how to play against Chronos ult. It's one of those things people like all in commit, and then the Chronos gets ult off, and they're like, well, whoops.
Now I don't have any cooldowns, and he is everything back up.
Yeah, no, now he can stun me and just kill me now.
That's fair.
And what's crazy to me
They
is that
misplayed.
what's crazy to me is that Kronos has literally received one of the worst nerfs he's ever received because of the ring nerf, and he's still getting top pick, top banned.
I think
Whoa,
that-
hold up. You think those were nerfs to him? Those were fucking buffs
the
to him.
shaman's buffs. The shaman's a buff. Overall, I think it's pretty neutral. But as far as the shaman's just okay, bro.
I
What's,
don't know,
bro, what's
No,
going
mages
building
have
rings
needed.
anymore in-
Mages
Bro,
have
bro,
such limited
no.
amount of auto
Bro.
attack speed that they can build. That the fact that those items just got buffed, that's way more than what they were.
But the movement speed's huge because they could chase down hunters. That was
Yeah,
their big
exactly.
advantage against hunters,
That's
is they could
why they were
outposition.
so strong.
Because autos, especially on PC, are a lot easier to hit, and movement speed's just nuts for avoiding. And
Kronos can
that's
still do that. He has
Yeah,
his
no.
too. He can still do it.
Yeah, but as
But
far
that
as
was the
Okay,
problem
he's not as
because he
good,
was-
but now he can do it with less hits because he hits fucking harder.
Yeah, I'm just like looking at it from because it also was a Golden Kreese. Kronos already had a pretty expensive build path.
Yep. And that's why
I'll
that
give you
build
that.
isn't being bought anymore. They're building Pythag's Ethereal Staff, cooldown boots.
All right, sorry at the fucking pro level it was a nerf, but everywhere else that's a fucking buff.
Okay, but what is going on in that Discord that you guys are like, nah, we like rings, but let's just like we've been begging for Moon Speed to come off for forever, and it finally happened, and we're all so happy.
Oh, it needed to happen 100%.
What was that full question? What are you doing in that Discord because we want
He's
movement
saying-
speed off rings and it happened?
Well, you guys, okay.
He's saying us
I
and Baji didn't want this nerf.
That was actually
What?
like a really bad form for a question. I had a thought,
Yeah, it was
and then
terrible.
I lost it mid thought, and then I just went with another thing.
Well, to me it was like, what the fuck? Insert complaint. Thank you for resolving it. And I'm like, okay.
Oh,
right.
shit. All right, so
I'd
you
be
want to
interested
see...
what goes on in the Discord.
Oh, you're never there.
No, in the
He's talking about
Oh,
Olympian
Olympian Discord.
because I already told Fro that if I'm an Olympian next year, I'm literally just sitting there and playing devil's advocate. I'm just gonna be the PBM.
We already have
I was
a
gonna say,
flare
yeah,
boon.
flare
in
boon.
it.
I'm
It's
gonna-
like, I'm not
No,
not used to
I'm
it.
gonna be the PBM of that chat.
Oh, Jesus.
PBM in the pro chat, literally just whatever is said, just says the exact opposite. Just when Jingwei was asking me nerfed a while back, he's like, "No, Jingwei's fine." Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, Mike. Talk about Mike has a reverse sweep today. Let's go.
See, it's funny because believe it or not, we it's just a lot more of like, not necessarily like buffs. We're not talking numbers a lot.
I feel like a lot of
More.
the things that you bring to high res attention are complaints from the community with bugs and issues. Then high res
Like
brings
a lot of
concepts
a lot of
to
the,
you
a lot
guys.
of the big things we hit on is like the new player experience, the long term player experience, like bugs, just a lot of quality of life things. Like, cause like, let's be honest. Well, that in some, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are occasional times we bring it up, cause you know, it gets brought up just in general.
I just feel like high res comes to you guys a lot more with these are some changes that we're looking at. What do you guys think?
Yeah, okay.
They can talk to the pros if they want to talk to pros about fucking pro shit. We're community advocates. Like how like we're the in between what do you guys think the community will think, or what is the community thinking about just anything right now to let us know, and that's what we are.
We talked after the midseason patch, and I talked to some other Olympians too. And those Olympian stamps are so misleading. Those are
Yeah, we had that.
not
I
good.
remember having that conversation in our PSN chat.
Yeah,
Like
They
we were talking
really,
about the
really
buffs and
are.
stuff.
the,
that-
like, because they literally slapped you on as like you were the scapegoats on some of those changes, like the ISIS change. You guys were on the Scotty change. Scotty,
Wait, which ISIS change?
the
Her
whole
whole rework.
ISIS change. You guys were on that. You know that, right? You guys had the Olympian
Yeah.
tag on that. You guys had the Olympian
Yes.
tag on the Nike change, like a bunch of the annoying changes. Like, and
No,
like
okay, hold up. Here's the thing. It's okay. No, I know.
I
That's
know,
what
I
you're
know, and
saying.
yeah.
You're getting to. I'll let you finish. I should say.
Is that you guys? They're asking you, "Oh, do you think these gods need to be changed?" And then you guys are like, "Yeah," and then they just do the changes, and then you guys saying that they should be changed is you guys putting the stamp on it.
Well, not even that. It's literally like sometimes we have this idea right here. What do you think of it?
And that
That was it.
I feel like there should be more of a transparency there. Okay, sorry.
But it would be so hard. It'd be so hard because, like,
Yeah.
I mean, what are we talking about here? We're talking like, oh, well, Flare Brute said that this number
No.
needs to be this, or well, fucking Wraithen said this ability feels bad. Like,
I
it would
mean
be
transparency
so
as far
hard.
as like, oh, this was Olympian suggested, and this was Olympian talked with Olympians.
That's
but-
what that stamp's supposed to be, but it doesn't tell you what we talked about. That it doesn't have
Yeah.
context. It's really hard.
If they're gonna put a stamp on it, they need to say what they like, why the Olympians were addressed in this content. You know what I mean?
A lot of it's just because a lot of it's just like, what do you think the community's gonna think? We're the first opinion. We're a test pool.
Exactly. Which is, they should
Not
say
always.
that. We showed this to the Olympians. This is what they thought. Or the Olympians said they agree with some of these changes.
I don't. It also don't want to take away any credit from the designers here. Like, a lot of times it's just an opinion. Like, that's fucking it. We don't need our name stamped on everything for like, nope, this right here, this was Fro.
No, I'm not saying to put.
Yeah.
Olympian Fro said this. I'm just saying.
Right. I know. It'd be really hard to do. Like, what's another one? Like the rings they had on there. Oh, Olympia, like, they put the picture on there, the movement speed. That's it. Just a picture that, hey, we were involved in this conversation. Well, yeah, because you guys were on Twitter. You saw how much people were bitching about the rings. Of course, we let them know, hey, people aren't happy with the rings right now. So
I wonder why.
Any change that would have happened to the rings, boom, got the stamp on there. Not, I guess, not any change that we talk about in general, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it. But it, like, for people outside of the context of what you're saying, see that and they go, oh, so the Olympians wanted to fucking change ISIS to this BS. Fuck those Olympians. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because speaking of things that I think for transparency would be needed, and me being upset, is the patch review shows, not the patch notes shows, the patch review shows where they break...
Dev Talks.
Yeah,
Dev
the Dev
Insights.
Talks, Dev Insights.
Dev
thank
Insight,
you.
that's what it is.
I have been asking for it for a while, and I want, if you have any insight, I don't think you probably will, but because it's a really niche kind of thing, is gods that don't get changes over multiple patches, and then they release stats of this was the last patch and this was the patch before. I wish they would release numbers of the god's average placement or the placement over like the last 5 patches, so that we can see the average fluctuation of a god. Because to say, oh, Arachne's the 3rd most popular god, how long? I imagine that stat's just being tracked over a singular patch, and to say, because I don't think Arachne's the 1st most popular god for 20 patches in a row.
So, here's part of the problem with that. At least in my opinion. I don't know if this is the official answer. Let's take a god like Agni, right? Who went for how long with just being like, he is considered middle of the pack, blah, blah, blah. Every other god's getting changed and moved and buffed and nerfed. So if you look at Agni, who hadn't been changed for how long consistently, he was fluctuating. And I know you said average, but he was fluctuating up and down. And would any of that really be Agni? Would any of that be the meta? Because maybe this meta was Agni, a little bit. Or is it the fact that he went up because 4 gods got nerfed? You know what I mean?
That's the point. As a coach, I'm guessing he would like to see what has reduced in play because of nerfs and what has shifted things around.
I'd like to see when they say, oh, well, we did this Thoth buff, and Thoth went from the 34th most played spot to the 10th, for example. Those aren't the actual numbers, but what's to say that Thoth wasn't the 8th most popular god the patch before? Obviously, it's probably not the case, but to say that the god's getting the exact same amount of playtime patch to patch to patch to patch, I would just like to know what kind of fluctuations are typically going on. Because to say, oh, that might have been like the highest point Thoth had gotten played. Maybe Thoth's sitting at 60 the entire time. But for that one patch before he got buffed, he randomly was at 34. And then he moved 10, so it's not as big of a change that we're seeing there. And I just want that information.
There's no way in hell that... All right. There's no way that they would have just from one patch of him having a low decide to buff him like that.
No, I'm saying...
Like, they would have to be pretty consistently unpopular. Or
no, I'm saying as far as like
some things are perception. There are perception nerfs and buffs that they do, but I think a big part of it is releasing numbers without full context.
Yeah, that's where I'm
is
at.
a very bad idea.
Yeah,
I just want because the more stats you have, the more likely something is to be accurate because you're focusing more towards the actual center of the data. And I think that releasing more patches previously to a nerf can show us, okay, this is the kind of trend this god bounces around a lot, and so this change is more or less relevant because of that.
All right. Imagine all the Loki players, right, that actually get a stat that shows that Loki underperforms 90% of the time so they can fucking scream for Loki buffs because he's bad. When really, everybody is all right with Loki where he's at. Even half of the Diamond Lokis are okay with Loki where he's at.
Loki was historically...
That's a troll answer.
Loki was historically one of the most balanced gods in Smite. The last change he got was in like season 2, and he got his he had his decoy a bug fix, and then he didn't get his decoy changed until they came to the season 5 map for a small buff that scaled, but he was still pretty balanced, and he started going up and up and up a little bit as items got changed, but he's usually in a pretty good spot. It just got a little bit over the top at the end.
It's because all the items. It's literally items. It wasn't even him. Everything Loki liked slowly got buffed. And then buffed. And then buffed.
I just think Loki has a perception that everybody hates.
Yeah, because...
Right. But like you were saying, Loki was balanced. He really wasn't balanced. He was balanced. He was balanced where they wanted him, but it wasn't really like at the 50-50 line because he's like a Giannis. We can't have you at 50-50 because you're so frustrating.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine if Nox was like able to
Nox is one of the
just do her thing?
Busted casual characters.
Oh my god, so frustrating. That's part of the reason why she's a super high risk, high reward, like easy to fail, not what you consider like one of the most balanced gods out there, because if she was, she'd be in every fucking game and no one would play this game.
She already is in all my arena games. Everybody plays her.
Oh, Nox.
Yeah, Nox just...
Alright. We're rambling. We need to move on to our hat.
Let's talk about the hat.
One more thing. Okay. This is gonna make people angry. Loki is one of the only true assassins in the game, and I think that there should be more assassins like Loki as far as stealth, high risk.
All right. Thank you, Koja, for coming on the show.
No. Just
we
the concept.
Appreciate you showing up.
Just the concept of high risk, high reward. Like,
Fro, you can cut all this out.
You can't silence the truth.
I'm loving it. No, like, let's talk up Loki. I'm cool.
I'm not saying characters exactly like Loki. I'm just saying characters who are more committal, stealth, more assassin-y elements than just giant CC bots like Humbats or Dodgy. Because Dodgy ult just doesn't fit her character. I don't know why Dodgy ult... I love Dodgy. I almost have a star on Dodgy. But her ult does not fit her character.
Lore, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know, the lore. The lore fits, but, like, how...
It doesn't fit her playstyle. I agree. Like, she wants
like,
to get on your face and burst you. It doesn't make sense for her to then, out of nowhere, get
damn,
up on a
girl.
pole.
Come on, it was an easy joke. Like, really?
All right, on to the hat. Nev, I'm going to throw it to you.
All right. So last week's hat was the Shield Master Odin, and I
fucking Depp's not here. God damn it!
Yeah, I was.
Our
about
planning
to say,
on this has been horrible.
Really bad,
Damn it, Depp. Why didn't you tell us last week?
Unlucky. Did anybody else try this week?
I didn't do it.
Hell no! I talked about how bad it was, and I didn't.
Borderlands 3.
What was the hat? What was the actual challenge with the hat?
Shield Master Odin. You had to build tank boots, Pride Wind, Bulwark, Hide of the Urchin, Void Shield, Runic Shield, Shifter Shield.
Okay, that's just not fun.
Yep, exactly. That's the point.
Right. Well, that was a short hat.
We'll talk
this
about
week.
Let's play the hat out. It's a role playing hat, okay?
Ah.
I got my tank boots and it sucked.
I'll start by not buying words. All right. This week's hat.
That's how you gotta finish too. If you only start out buying if you start out not buying wards, you have to finish strong with no wards. Because
By
otherwise,
continuing the trend.
Willow might start liking me at some point, and because
I
honestly,
feel like that's never going to happen.
I might just buy a ward as a gift, and I'll that's what I'll do. I'll place one ward later tonight, and I'll at you in it, and I'll just.
You'll take a screenshot and at me on Twitter. At Willow1771. Here is your one fucking ward. It'll be in a ranked game though, so fuck off.
I have since season 3, I have played at least like 700 hours of casuals, I'd say. And that would be my only ward in any of those games. Isn't that freaking special?
It is. But it still doesn't
welcome.
appease me.
Okay, I feel like there's a certain amount of trolling that I'm allowed to do when I'm carrying. I feel like that's just how it works.
Sometimes when you carry, I bite my tongue and don't say anything.
I always carry, quiet.
All right, so the next hat.
Yes, the next hat is Drums of War. We're asking you to team up with some friends. You can do this anywhere, but you only need 2 other people. We got Raijin, Pele, and Ares.
Just don't put me on Ares.
Right,
and we're
Ares
fine.
has literally got the voice line about Drums of War. Pele's 3 sounds like drums, and Raijin. Don't fucking make me explain it. And I also want to volunteer for this one because I love all 3 of these gods.
I just
Hell
don't want
yeah.
to play Ares. I fucking hate that god.
All right, so
Why?
Willow's on Ares.
That's what
I
heard.
cannot fucking play that god.
No, I'm kidding.
When he
Willow
got
on
buffed-
Ares is its own hat in its own. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
when
not-
he
I'm
got
not
buffed, I was like-
combining that.
I was like, dude, I gotta try and get better at Ares. And I played him like 4 games in a row and fed my fucking brains out. And I was like,
Honestly-
nope, I'm done. I don't care.
If you want to play Ares, honestly, this is gonna sound really like weird. Play Camazotz. Just warm up a bit with Camazotz because you're working more a bit with that same kind of abilities, but you have.
I am
a
not
lot more
that good at
opportunities to-
Camazotz either.
I know, but the thing is if you get good at Camazotz, you'll get good at Ares. Like it's different, but it also just that kind of projectile, the time to travel.
Or I could just not play Ares. He's just not my
Or,
guardian.
yeah, he could just not play Ares. Like, please.
Never accept that you're not good enough. You're good enough, man. Just work with it.
Bro, listen here.
Aw,
I have thought
thanks.
Fenrir has sounded like a good time for about 30 games, and it's never been a fucking good time, okay? I'm not buying it. You know, this is like you with wards, okay? I accept that some gods are not going to be fun to play, and you're not going to change my mind.
Okay.
Not doing it.
See, I feel that, but like they're not even gods I can't play, they're gods I don't enjoy. Like Jingwei, Izanami, and Bastet. Those are my 3 least favorite gods in the game. Those gods are not fun. Bastet being my least favorite.
I can
Jingwei's
understand that.
only fun in Assault.
Jingwei's only fun when you get crit online and are 2-shotting
Jingwei-
people.
Jingwei is a coward's god. Okay?
I can agree with that.
I think he just added you, Big
at
Rick.
Big Rick in the chat.
Jingwei is a coward's god. Izanami's just not fun because her boxing's like only oppressive if she's ahead. If she dies once, she's just whatever, and that's not fun. And then Bastet, she is so oppressive early game and so
Worthless.
I'm not gonna curse. So
Word-
You can
awful,
curse.
off. Oh,
You
she
can
is
curse,
so
but-
Shit
she is
tier.
so dog shit.
Yeah,
Like,
there
late
you
game,
go.
she like
Where?
late-
Well, hold on. You've heard me go on like 4 tirades already, and you didn't fucking
try
realize
not-
we
I-
couldn't curse?
No, I know we can curse, but I try not to curse. But
Let me teach their
You're on
own.
the wrong fucking podcast, man.
Yeah. but
Not teach
no,
their own.
like Frank Jumpa plays Bastet very well and does really well with it. But I just hate that god. Sylvanas. Sylvanas is the guardian equivalent of it. I hate Sylvanas.
I love Sylvanas.
He's such like a he's just a die god. He's not like a frag god. I want a frag god.
Yeah, but when you frag on him and you get ahead, he dumpsters kids.
He doesn't dumpster the same way like an Artio does from ahead or like a Sobek. Like Sobek's I have 2 stars on Sobek. That god from ahead, just you run up, you pluck somebody, you kill him.
You're not playing.
We call it the
you're not playing
we call it the pluck
Sylvanas
and
right.
fuck. We call it the pluck and fuck, okay? That's what you gotta do.
All right, So Fro's volunteering for the hat. We are at an hour and a half. Are we ready to wrap it up and get out of here?
Just a
Yes,
quick
we are.
reminder to the challengers that this week's community corner is what charity would you play for? We brought this up last week, and we're just sending you another friendly reminder.
Also, you can.
Or what would you do for charity? Like
Yeah, what would
gaming-wise?
your event be? Like how would you raise money? Also a reminder about our Smoking Hot logo, brought to you by wildmonkeydesign.com.
WildMonkeyDesign.com.
No, Nev, you're in a different spot. You're the host this time.
Oh,
You fucked it all up. Actually, I think
Sorry.
Willow fucked that
I
up.
fucked it up because I
all
wanted
your
to make
design
sure it
needs.
was in there. I wanted to make sure it was
for
in
all
there.
your design needs. Okay.
Nailed it.
I did
Perfect. And cut.
And cut. No, but before we do cut, we're going to ask Cojafox, where can we find you?
Oh, I almost cut.
Oh, shit.
I like hovered over the button.
You're like,
okay.
oh, we're stopping? Okay.
You can find me on any platform except Switch, Cojafox. You can find me on Twitter at Cojafox. Right now, my name is Cojafox. Don't nobody talk about it. I was forced. I was forced into it. On Twitch, you can find me at Cojafox as well. Cojafox and everything. I'll probably actually be streaming again at some point later in this week. I know when this is going live, later in this week. So if you guys want to check that out, probably that Saturday.
Any shout outs you want to give?
Shout outs to the team. Honestly, I had so much fun at LAN, and it was actually, fun fact, I guess it's like a little bit of a story thing, is that I did not want anybody to know it was my birthday at LAN, because we flew in on the 6th. My birthday's on the 7th. And so we were chilling in the hotel room on that Sunday, and Matt was going through Twitter, just looks over at me. Koja, is it your birthday? Yeah. And then I just look back down at my phone, and then everybody looks over at me like, what the hell is wrong with you?
You had your birthday at LAN, dude.
Yeah, literally the second day at LAN.
And you didn't ask him out to dinner? Like, what the fuck?
No, we had, what did we have that night? BurgerFi. I got hooked on BurgerFi. If anybody has BurgerFi near them, love it. Recommend it highly. I had BurgerFi 5 times when I was down there.
Jesus, you were only there like 6 days.
No, we were there from Saturday to Saturday. We were 7 days, bud.
Oh, okay, 7 days. I'm sorry.
Nah, but it was a ton of fun for LAN. Honestly, shout out to all those guys. Shout out to people I've teamed with in the past. Had a lot of fun with the lemons. We were trolly a bit, but still the best logo that's ever existed.
I was just saying, didn't you have the banana?
Yeah.
I remember that.
No, because I remember one of my favorite moments of Smite to this day, probably my favorite moment for comp, is F.Dot's reaction.
To it
Of
being
just
a banana for the
of sheer
lemons.
Because he was mid-sentence and just stops talking. And just, that's a banana.
What was the full name of the team again? Oh, God.
It was Evil Lemons, and we
Evil
we were
Lemons,
banana
that's what it was. And he had a banana logo, and he's like, that's a banana. I think Tolly was on the desk or something. He goes, yep.
No, the thing
All right,
is,
Koja, send me a link. I got to attach it.
okay, because
Go find that clip.
I have it. It's on my Twitter. I'll grab it. But it was such a fun comp. Was honestly, it's just such a fun experience, and anybody that can get into it, even on at sale level or XCL, I don't know if they're going to merge it all with consoles becoming crossplay. I don't know. That'd be exciting if they did. But honestly, everybody just get involved in comp if you can. It makes the game a lot more fun. Wins are more satisfying. Losses are more rewarding. So yeah.
Not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna put together a team for the Exilium League.
I'll play.
Ooh.
I'll play if I'm not with the Cougar Squad. Cougar Squad comes first, though.
You couldn't play with us.
I can play wherever I want. Okay.
They have it separated.
I know.
Platinum or plat below.
I know. They bully me like that. I've tried joining in the past.
It's only fair.
Yeah, you would
Yeah,
just like dumpster kids.
No, actually, Conquest, the team that became Lemons, we played in Sale the first split. It became merged with PSL. We won that split.
Nice.
And then we never played again.
It feels bad.
That was with Ryan. I want to give a shout out to Private Ryan, who has since retired for like a year and now plays Wizard 101.
Somehow I know you're joking, but at the same time, I
No,
wonder
he
if
actually
he
retired
actually plays.
No, he actually retired to play Wizard 101. I'm not trolling.
You're
actually
shitting
what
me,
he did.
right?
I
The
swear to
streamer
God.
Private Ryan, who was like a
He
top
played
10
it with
PS4 player.
He played with Primitive. Yeah, he played with Primitive.
Oh God.
That was actually a thing that happened.
I don't have anything else to say to that.
All right, you can find me on Twitter, Discord, and on the Smite game, motherfucking crossplay. Let's go, Fro_double_G. Not playing Wizard 101. I'll be on Smite. Let's go.
You can find me everywhere at Willow1771, but I'll probably be playing Borderlands 3. I'm sorry.
Wait, can I find you at Pornhub, Willow1771?
No, but you can find BotG_podcast at Pornhub, and you will have one video. Canadian boy gets sticky.
Canadian boy gets sticky. It is officially.
And I have been your
That was like
hostess
literally
with
supposed to be
Moses.
taken down, but it's still there.
Well, Famous left, and out of all the passwords we needed to get back from him, the
That wasn't
Pornhub
one of them?
was just one we never thought to ask for.
I forgot
until you
it
literally
existed.
just mentioned it right now.
Wait, there's actually a Pornhub?
We
I'm not
legitimately
even
have a
fucking
Pornhub
kidding.
account. It's BotG_podcast. You can find us on
God.
Pornhub.
And the only video on there is the host of SideQuest Arcade podcast getting a whole bunch of syrup dumped on him at Worlds last year.
Because he made the comment that they won't put out Canadian Chiron
Constable Moose Jaw announcer
Yeah.
pack.
announcer pack.
I'm-
And they
I'm
did, so
sorry.
he got syruped.
I opened a can of worms that I didn't need to know about, to be honest.
To tell you the truth,
You
we
opened
pro-
a can of worms.
we
I wanted
probably
to
did
forget
and we'd
know
like
about.
about
to thank you for coming on BotG podcast.
Nev, where can we find you?
Okay. Alright. I've been your hostess with the mostest. You can find me places at Nevea03. Special shout out to NCS for this outro.
NCS for all your sound non-copyright needs.
There you go. Nailed it. Goodbye.
Nailed it. Bye.
Can't believe this fucker rambled more than we do.
It's time for Booga! Let's start slow! And they faster! Guarda, tropas!